What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel for another tactical video for FM22, brought to you in part with the amazing GYRFM. This is actually the 20th tactic that Gareth has brought out, and this one in this game cycle has been a viewer suggestion. So he's taken something that you guys have said and actually turned it into a tactic that works in game. And if you love the tactical side of stuff, guys, please do subscribe to the channel, or at least consider subscribing to the channel, because we have a video where we've put together all of Gareth's 20 tactics into the same league to finally answer the question, which one is the best tactic produced by the amazing GYRFM. His links are down in the description, but that is another video for another time. So let's break this tactic down. So guys, this is the GYRFM Thor tactic. Now, I won't go into all the details right here, right now. You can do that at the end of the video. If you guys want to skip ahead, please do so. But we're going to break down everything here so that you guys get a little flavor of how this tactic can do and how it's got on in some of the tests that we've done. It is a 4-4-2 is how I'm going to call it, with a bit of a diamond shape. It's got the wide players here, it's got the man in behind, and it's got the front two as well. Now, we've tested this with a couple of different teams, and first and foremost, we're going to show how it got on with Norwich. Obviously, the team that finished stone dead last in the Premier League this year got them up to 7th, which is absolutely brilliant, into the European spots, just 3 points behind Chelsea and Manchester United. Everton somehow into the Champions League. I don't know what Frank Lampard is doing there, but in terms of the Premier League for Norwich, obviously it's done really well. 19 victories, 6 draws, 13 defeats, plus 17 in terms of that goal difference. And as I said, only a couple of points behind Chelsea and Manchester United, who have vastly superior squads. If we go onto the home screen, you can take a look. Timo Pukki is top of the goal scoring charts with 21. Billy Gilmore doing really well in terms of that average rating. And Rashika, the man himself, with the 12 assists. But we've not just tested it here. Let's move in to test number 2. So in test number 2, we headed north all the way to Sunderland, obviously in Sky Bet League 1 at the start of a normal game of FM22, and it's dominated the league in that one as well. 31 victories for Sunderland throughout the course of their Sky Bet League 1 campaign, 8 draws, 7 defeats, 108 goals scored and 53 goals against, giving him that plus 55 goal difference and 101 points in Sky Bet League 1, which is pretty darn impressive. In some of the other competitions, they got to the second round of the Emirates FA Cup and knocked out by Doncaster, which is pretty unfortunate, but they got all the way to the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup, eventually losing 5-3 on aggregate to Spurs. I can't view the details, but getting all the way into the Carabao Cup semi-final for a League One team is very impressive. Knocked out in the northern section of the Papa John's Pizza Trophy by Accrington Stanley, but a Carabao Cup semi-final and then obviously getting promoted into the Championship constitutes a very good season for me at Sky Bet League 1 level. Let's head over to Germany for test number 3. So guys, I'm going to start off on the home screen in Germany. Obviously, we did test this with Dortmund. I'm always intrigued to see how tests can get on with Erling Haaland, and as you can see in the top right corner of your screen, Erling Haaland scored 58 goals throughout the course of the season and averaged an 8.12 rating. Rafael Guerreiro got 25 assists with this tactic, and not only did Dortmund win the league, they absolutely smashed Bayern, in my opinion. Beating Bayern by 4 points in this league is pretty darn impressive. They got all the way to the semi-finals of the Champions League as well, unfortunately losing to Bayern. Knocked out in the second round of the Cup by Augsburg, and then runners-up in the DFL Super Cup, which again will be against Bayern Munich. So they got 2 losses throughout the course of the season. Who was that against? At home to Bayern and away to Hoffenheim. But Erling Haaland, no real surprises. Haaland knows where the goal is, doesn't he? 58 goals in 38 appearances. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. We've got one more test. It's one of the guys on the thumbnail, potentially a Ballon d'Or candidate. Let's head over to my Real Madrid. So guys, we head on over to Real Madrid, and I say that they're my Real Madrid because if you're not watching the network game between myself and Murph FM, that's the team that I'm managing. It is the El Clasico network game. Now, Real Madrid in this instance finished top of the tree, 96 points, which is vastly superior to Barcelona. But this guy, Marinaro, a guy who I'm not playing saying, so maybe I'm missing a trick, is the top goal scorer in this tactic with 41 goals in 53 starts, which is absolutely ludicrous in all competitions. He has done very, very well, but the man I want to look at is Karim Benzema, who's also done exceptional in this tactic. 50 starts for Benzema, 37 goals for the Frenchman, who is potentially up for that Ballon d'Or. He has done very, very well in this tactic. In terms of the league, obviously we have touched upon it. 101 goals scored again is not too shabby at all, and only 29 goals conceded, again very, very good. 2 defeats, 6 draws, and that 30 victories. In terms of the other competitions with Real Madrid, though, this is much more like it. This is the caliber of a competition that of a season that Real Madrid should really be having, to be perfectly honest. They are also winners of the Champions League. They beat Bayern 2-1 in that final. They were runners up in the Copa de España, or the Copa del Rey, and they are winners of the Super Cup, potentially the same season that I could have in the network game. Make sure you check that out. Could win the league, could win the Champions League. We've already won this one. So let's break this tactic down. I know it's the bit that you guys are all here for. So this is the tactic, and we've got the Real Madrid team in here. Let's quick pick this by best 11. So that Benzema goes in. Now, I will say, if you are on PC or Mac or something like that, there is a download link in the description for FM Scout where you can find this tactic, put it into your tactics folder, and be well away. If you are on Xbox or something like that and you want to recreate the tactic yourself, please follow the steps that we are going to run through right here, right now. So we have in goal a sweeper keeper on support function. This is Thibaut Courtois, the man who got man of the match in the Champions League final. So Thibaut Courtois is the man in goal. No additional instructions on him, just the sweeper keeper on support. At right back, we've actually got Ferland Mendy as a fullback on attack. Now, he has some additional instructions, guys. The additional ones are the ones with the white cog and the red circle, and you add those by going into the edit function and then turning them all on here, which you can see, like dribble more, shoot less, take more risks, etc, etc. So he has the additional instructions of take more risks, dribble more, shoot less often, and tackle harder, and that is the same for both the right back and the left back position. Then we have central defenders on defensive duty. These two guys have the exact same instructions as well, so they are central defenders on defensive duty with take more risks, stay wider, and tackle harder. Moving in to that midfield diamond, it is a wide diamond because the defensive wingers and the enganche were what was requested of Gareth to see if he could make this work. So then he has a roaming playmaker at the bottom of the point with the additional instructions of dribble more often, shoot less often, and tackle harder. Then we have the two defensive wingers, which I think is potentially a waste of Vinicius Jr. in this particular instance, but it doesn't make a difference. On the left and the right hand side, they are the exact same. They have the additional instructions of take more risks, cross from the byline, shoot less often, and get further forward, which the way my brain works is kind of counterintuitive for a defensive winger, but there we go. Then we have an enganche as a support. Now, you don't see an enganche in the game at all, so just so you guys know, an enganche is a side's primary creator, a hook that joins the midfield in the attack and operates behind the strikers, and a playmaker who sticks to his position and becomes a pivot for his team to move around him. So this guy is the facilitator. So in this one, we got Marco Asensio, sorry, wrong Asensio. He got 11 assists throughout the course of the season, which probably isn't as good as it could have been. He is just an enganche, no addition on support duty, no additional instructions on him. Then we have a pressing forward. This is where Marinaro got all of his goals from. He is a pressing forward on attack with dribble more and shoot less often. Then up front, Karim the Dream Benzema with dribble more, shoot less often, and tackle harder as a advanced forward. Now, the tactical style on the right hand side does say that it is custom. You can customize this yourself. Just put it as clean slate and then just follow the steps, guys. The mentality is a positive mentality, and in position we are attacking with an attacking width of fairly wide. We are playing out of defense, slightly shorter passing directness, extremely high tempo. We are working the ball into the box with those low crosses. In terms of in transition, this is how we're looking. Counter pressing, and we are countering when possession has been won. It works in FM22. Why would you do anything different? We are also, distribution type is roll it out. In terms of out of possession, though, this is how we are looking. We are using the offside trap. We are using a much higher line of engagement, a standard defensive line, and we are of course using that offside trap, and we are forcing the opposition outside. We are also triggering the press much more often and preventing that short goalkeeper distribution. So guys, that is the GYRFM Thor tactic. Let me know down in the comments what you think of it, what you thought of the testing and how it got on, and let us know if you would use it in your particular save. If you've also got any questions, Gareth will also be down there answering your queries, hopefully to get the best out of this shape for yourself. And if you do like the tactic stuff, check out this playlist here with all the tactics put together by the amazing GYRFM, which we will be testing next week.